30 key takeaways from Chapter 3, Containment, of the Coming Wave. Technology, Power, and the 21st Century's Greatest Dilemma by Mustafa Suleyman and Michael Paskar, with each point illustrated by a real-life example or anecdote. Inherent challenge of containment. Takeaway. Once advanced technologies are unleashed, controlling them becomes extraordinarily difficult. Example. Similar to how social media platforms evolved beyond their creators' control, AI systems might quickly surpass initial safeguards. Rapid technological proliferation. Takeaway. Technologies like AI and synthetic biology evolve at breakneck speed, outpacing regulatory efforts. Example, the exponential growth of AI. Research has made it challenging for lawmakers to keep up, as seen with recent debates on algorithmic bias. Complexity of modern systems. Takeaway. The interconnected nature of today's tech systems means small failures can cascade uncontrollably. Example. A minor software bug in a widely used app can trigger widespread outages, much like a domino effect. Multidimensional nature of containment. Takeaway. Containment isn't only technical, it spans ethical, legal, political, and social dimensions. Example. Regulating drones requires technical safety standards alongside privacy laws and airspace rules. Risk of unintended consequences. Takeaway. Even well-intentioned containment measures may lead to unforeseen negative outcomes. Example. Overly strict internet regulations can stifle innovation and limit free expression. Self-amplifying technologies. Takeaway. Some technologies can improve or multiply their own capabilities, making containment exponentially harder. Example. AI systems that learn from data can self-improve, potentially evolving beyond their original programming. Regulatory lag. Takeaway. Traditional regulatory frameworks struggle to keep pace with rapid technological change. Example. Cryptocurrency regulation is still catching up as digital currencies and blockchain evolve at lightning speed. International coordination is crucial. Takeaway. Global collaboration is needed to set norms and standards that contain disruptive tech. Example. Climate accords show how nations can work together, a model now needed for global AI governance. Market competition and the containment problem. Takeaway. Competitive pressures may drive companies to push boundaries, complicating containment efforts. Example. Tech giants racing to deploy. New AI models may cut corners on safety, similar to the race to market in the smartphone industry. Dual-use dilemma. Takeaway. Technologies can be used for both beneficial and harmful purposes, complicating control. Example. CRISPR can cure genetic diseases, but could also be misused for unethical human enhancements. Importance of transparency. Takeaway. Open and transparent practices can help in monitoring and regulating powerful technologies. Example. Open-source software communities allow users to inspect code, increasing trust and enabling collective problem-solving. Ethical oversight is essential. Takeaway. Robust ethical frameworks are necessary to guide the development and deployment of disruptive tech. Example. Ethical review boards in research. Labs ensure that AI experiments do not compromise safety or privacy. Economic incentives can undermine containment. Takeaway. Profit motives may push companies to overlook safety measures, exacerbating containment challenges. Example. The rapid deployment of ride-sharing apps sometimes outpaced local safety regulations. Political will must align with technological realities. Takeaway. Effective containment requires that political leaders understand and prioritize tech safety. Example. Government initiatives like the EU's Digital Services Act aim to regulate digital platforms, but require strong political commitment. Public awareness and engagement. Takeaway. Educated and engaged citizens are essential for democratic oversight of powerful technologies. Example. Public debates over data privacy have led to stronger consumer protections in many countries. 16. Balancing innovation with risk management. Takeaway: containment strategies must strike a balance between fostering innovation and preventing harm. Example: regulatory sandboxes allow fintech startups to experiment in a controlled environment without stifling creativity. 17. Learning from historical precedents. Takeaway: past technological revolutions provide lessons for managing today's disruptive innovations. Example: the regulation of nuclear energy after World War II offers insights into controlling potentially dangerous tech. 18. The role of standards bodies. Takeaway: independent organizations can help develop and enforce standards to contain tech risks. Example: the IEE sets technical standards for emerging technologies, which helps in creating safe and interoperable systems. 19. Containment as a collective responsibility. Takeaway: governments, corporations, and civil society must all collaborate to manage technological risks. Example: multi-stakeholder initiatives in cybersecurity show how collective action can improve safety across industries. 20. The containment problem is not new. Takeaway: the struggle to control disruptive technologies is a recurring challenge throughout history. Example: early industrial machinery revolutionized production, but also led to significant labor and environmental issues that needed regulation. 21. Need for flexible and adaptive policies. Takeaway: policies must be dynamic to adjust to the rapidly evolving technological landscape. Example: agile regulatory frameworks in Singapore have enabled the country to stay ahead in fintech innovation. 22. Risk assessment must be proactive. Takeaway: continuous and forward-looking risk assessment is vital to preempt potential disasters. Example: cybersecurity firms routinely run simulated attacks, red teaming, to identify vulnerabilities before they are exploited. 23. Potential for regulatory capture. Takeaway: there's a risk that powerful tech companies could influence regulators to favor industry interests. Example: lobbying by major tech firms can sometimes lead to weaker regulations, as seen in debates over net neutrality. 24. Contingency planning is key. Takeaway: societies must prepare for worst-case scenarios in the deployment of powerful technologies. Example: disaster recovery plans in IT ensure that critical systems can recover quickly from cyber attacks. 25. Interdisciplinary approaches are needed. Takeaway: effective containment strategies require input from technologists, ethicists, policymakers, and sociologists. Example: collaborative projects between universities and tech firms on AI. Ethics combine technical expertise with philosophical insights. 26. Importance of international norms. Takeaway: establishing global norms and agreements is essential for managing technologies that cross borders. Example: the Paris Agreement on climate change is an example of how nations can collaborate on global challenges, a model for tech governance. 27. Transparency in data and algorithms. Takeaway: open disclosure of how algorithms work can help in monitoring and mitigating risks. Example: some companies now publish algorithmic impact assessments to explain and justify their AI systems' decisions. 28. Mitigating unintended side effects. Takeaway: developers must anticipate and plan for the unintended consequences of new technologies. Example: implementing safeguards in autonomous vehicles to prevent accidents caused by unforeseen software glitches. 29. Public-private partnerships. Takeaway: collaboration between the public and private sectors is crucial to build effective containment mechanisms. Example: joint initiatives between governments and tech companies on cybersecurity help protect critical infrastructure. 30. Urgency and imperative action. Takeaway: the chapter concludes by stressing that proactive, urgent action is required to steer emerging technologies safely. Example: the swift global response to the COVID-19 pandemic, including vaccine, Development and distribution illustrates the necessity of coordinated, rapid action in times of crisis. Ananaiti, these 30 key takeaways from Chapter 2, The Coming Wave of the Coming Wave. Technology, power, and the 21st century's greatest dilemma provide a detailed exploration of the transformative technologies that are about to reshape our world. Each takeaway is paired with a concrete example or story that connects the abstract concepts discussed by Suleiman and Bhaskar to real-life scenarios, underscoring the immense opportunities and significant challenges that lie ahead.